You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Thursday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. We are on vacation tomorrow, just a heads up. But you will still be getting a brand new Brock and Dalby podcast.
Yes.
So thank you for listening to this one. Make sure you check out tomorrow's full original just for you guys, just for podcasters. I want to ask you a question. I've been seeing Google has made a big deal about their new Pixel phones that they're releasing, and they're doing upgrades on...
Who buys those phones?
Apparently they're getting better. The tech reviewers that I've seen say that they're starting to get on par with the Samsungs and the
Google
Apples.
is like a great browser, but they make the shittiest phones, I swear.
No, I think, well, they have the best cameras. I will say that. But everything else about the phone is kind of a bummer.
Until you send a message to someone, then it's then it looks like a security camera from a convenience store.
Right, then it's not great. But one of the things that I've seen them upgrading is they're talking about being able to upgrade sort of what they call like controlling the narrative, of being able to block topics and words and things like that. You'll see this on some social media sites already, but being able to block things from your browsing that you just don't have to deal with.
Okay.
And I was thinking, God, wouldn't that be great if you could have like muting words and topics in real life?
Isn't that kind of like what Twitter does, right?
Yeah,
like,
where you can put in a word of like, I don't want to see the word Trump or Trudeau or any of that, and it will just filter all that stuff out of your Twitter feed.
If that was real life, people would be getting pretty nasty with that.
You think so?
People that are very strongly opinionated.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
I just think, like, I mean, I am feeling so overwhelmed, especially with Biden dropping out of the election in the States, Kamala Harris coming in, Trump, JD Vance, couch sex, all this other stuff. And I would love just a week off. I would love to be able to push a button on all this for a week. And I don't know if it's my eyes, my ears, or my brain would just filter out all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I could just live oblivious for a week.
Very easy. Turn off your phone. Go outside for a second. Take a walk. Take a lap. It's very easy to avoid this stuff, actually.
No, honestly, I don't actually think that it is. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, yes, going outside, getting away from your devices is good.
Yeah.
But these days, you also have to just avoid people. Like, workplace discussions lead to these sorts of
Just start
things.
doing the little kid thing and just like la 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 la.
That's basically the only way you could actually do it. Like, even like going to the grocery store, standing in line, you'll hear people talking about these things. Going to a McDonald's and overhearing
Just
people.
pull a fire alarm. Anytime you hear something that you don't want to hear.
Every time someone says the words Donald Trump or Joe Biden or whatever, just bing, and run out the door.
I mean, the thing is as humans, it's like we kind of hold ourselves back, but like you can audibly just go like, ah! You can say stuff.
I love the idea of being someone else's anecdote. I was at the store the other day, and I was just, me and Jeff, we were just talking about like the election and stuff like that. All of a sudden, this guy just started screeching at the top of his lungs.
Just go full toddler, man. Like, I don't know why at a certain age we stop freaking out like that.
You don't know why.
Yeah, if you're not getting what you want in life,
Just throw a fit.
go full toddler. That's the move.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Dude, I'm so stoked. I think this is like the 7th or 8th time I've seen Blink.
Damn, I like Blink. Like, obviously not as much as you. It's your favorite band.
Yeah.
I've never seen Blink before, but every clip I've ever seen seems like it's be a fun show.
My mom took me to Blink 182 for the first time, and what would that have been, like 2003 or 4? Like right when that Untitled album, actually just right before they broke up, basically.
It's crazy to think that what you're describing was 20 years ago, brother.
Yeah, I was 9 years old, man.
Oh, cool, Mom.
Yeah, it was me, a kid from hockey, and my mom at what was then the Molson Amphitheater.
Oh, okay, yeah.
First time I ever got to smell weed before, actually. Yeah, pretty sick lineup too. It was The Used, Taking Back Sunday, and then Blink 182.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's a great lineup.
They opened up with that family reunion song, which for anyone who doesn't know, it's the one with all the swear words.
Yeah.
It's like 15 seconds long. And you know what? My mom was pretty cool about it because like they make a lot of dick jokes and they talk about hooking up with each other's moms and stuff throughout the whole time. She never said a thing. The only thing, and still to this day, my mom does not like Travis Barker.
What did Travis Barker do?
I guess I didn't even realize it, and I don't recall it from the concert, but he was spitting the whole time he was drumming.
Oh.
Yeah.
At the crowd or just like to the side?
He was just spitting while he was playing. Like, the way my mom tells it is
Yeah.
like he was spitting at Mark and Tom.
Oh.
And then, like, when the band broke up, she's like, I could see that there was frustrations in the band.
It was Travis Barker.
She always says, she's like, they were so upset with him that night. There was even a part, because Travis always does those solos at Blink shows, like where he popped up kind of in the crowd, like there was a little thing and he came out of the ground.
Riser.
And he was right by us. And my mom was like, he better not spit on me. And it was like a thing that she brought up that entire show. And then every time I've ever said I'm going to go see Blink-182, she's like, that's the band with the guy who spits a lot, right?
I love the idea that your mom was ready to throw hands with Travis Barker if he had stepped out of line.
Yeah. Dude, even my sister was watching like the Kardashians at her house one time, and he's on that now.
Oh, because he's dating one of them,
And she's
right?
like, isn't that the guy that spits?
That's the spitter boy.
Yeah. One of like the greatest drummers alive right now on planet Earth. And my mom absolutely hates. Dude, even when he got in the plane crash, I was telling my mom about it, and she was like, "That's the guy that spits, right?"
No, you can't be talking with
She
that.
didn't bag on him or anything, but that's how she knows him. She just knows, like he's my friend or something that came over and was like the whole time.
You can't be having that kind of energy when the man's been in a plane crash. You have to give him a little bit of slack on that one.
My mom hates Travis Barker from one time of seeing the guy.
That she thinks that he was spitting at his two bandmates.
Yeah.
Not even confirmed. You would how many documentaries and interviews and stories did we get over the years during the breakup and then them getting back together? And not one time have I ever heard Tom or Mark be like, oh yeah, and Travis keeps spitting on us.
This will be the 7th time I've seen them. Every time there's a part in the show where I'm just watching him and I'm like, he doesn't spit.
He's not spitting on anyone.
I've gotten into arguments with my mom about it. I'm like, I've never seen him spit. And she's like, he spat the whole concert. And then I'm trying to defend the guy. I'm like, maybe he was sick or something.
Maybe he's had a bad trip or something like that.
Yeah.
Something was going wrong. It wasn't intentional.
She's like, I remember when I was a kid, she was like, you and your friends think spitting is cool because there was that weird phase where So like I told my mom last night, she's like, what are you guys doing this weekend? I'm like, oh, we're taking Friday off to go see Blink-182. That's the band with the guy that spits, right?
Travis, if you're listening, just don't spit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or tonight. No spitting.
All the things that guy has done in the world.
Yeah.
And my mom has no respect for the man.
No, because he's a spitter. It's gross.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I heard a sound yesterday that I haven't heard for quite some time, and it was one of those sounds. You know how some sounds you can feel when you hear them?
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's like a pain or a cringe,
Sometimes
tightness.
I see a photo of like a red dodgeball and I can still hear the sound in my brain.
Tell me if you can figure out what this sound is.
Play it one more time? I don't know. What is?
That is the sound of snapping a towel into someone's backside.
The
old rat tail?
One more time? Oh, yeah. I'm in Pee-wee hockey all over again.
I saw a video where someone snapped a towel and I was just like instantly brought back to like high school change rooms.
My
and
ass
stuff.
hurts right now just thinking about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so crazy that like this is just a recording of a sound of someone doing a thing, but when you play it, everybody's backside just kind of goes,
Yeah.
He tenses up a little bit.
I have memories of being made fun of and called slurs from guys that were doing weird things.
Weirdo behavior, 100%. But it got me thinking, there are some sounds that just, they have that visceral effect.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Again, first, tell me if you can figure out what this is.
Ooh. Is that like a knife scraping on a plate?
No, but that actually would have been a good sound to have.
What is that?
Oh, that is the mousetrap snapping shut. That
Ooh.
metal bar. You ever catch a mousetrap?
Oh man, when I was a kid, we were playing hockey in my buddy's basement, and I went to grab a ball that went into the corner, and I for some reason, kid instinct, I was like, I'm gonna touch it, and it just snapped on my finger. Oh,
I never got one on my finger. I stepped on one I didn't see once.
Yeah.
Right on the toe.
that's like some
Oh,
cartoon
my
movie
God.
stuff right there.
Here's another one.
I mean,
Obviously, there's
doing
water involved.
cannonball?
Oh, no. Cannonball doesn't hurt.
Belly flop?
That's a belly flop. That makes your whole stomach just tense up.
I will say usually it's more of like a flat sound. Does that make sense what I'm
There's
saying?
a little extra splash.
Yeah, there's
in
too much
here.
splash on that one.
I
yeah.
didn't have the gumption to go to the pool and record the sound myself. I had
It's
to
usually
deal
like
with
a hard, like...
Yeah. Like a slap sound.
Yeah.
That one's tough. This one is more of like a mental pain.
Oh, dial up. And then when it gets hung up,
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh, come on!
yeah.
Okay, I got two more here.
Someone picks up the phone on you.
What's
Ooh.
that sound?
One more time. Is it ripping off a Band-Aid?
That is ripping off a wax strip.
Oh.
That is actually a sound right from the scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
I had to cut out the part where Steve Carell starts
Ooh, that
cussing.
you can hear play one more time? You can hear the hairs leave the skin.
Oh
Like,
my god, dude! It's so and like my chest is just tightening up.
When
as
I
I'm
was in the
playing it.
9th grade, we were on the bus, and me and my buddy Creasy, this girl waxed our legs. Still to this day, on the shins, I have not had hair that's grown back.
Really?
Yeah, look at it. There's like this one little spot,
Oh my
like right there.
You can see.
I didn't
it.
have much hair in the 9th grade, and it's still like
That's
this one spot has
crazy.
never grown back in.
She stunted your hair growth. Okay, I got one left, and brother, you knew what it was right from the start.
Oh, that's the dodgeball?
That sound,
That's a 10 out of 10 trigger.
it rings through your whole head.
You hear that, and then you're instantly like Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. You start to get the.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like, because it hurts to get hit in the head with any ball. Like, if you've ever taken a rebound to the head in basketball, I was a soccer goalie. I got hit with lots of soccer balls. But there's something about how you can hear.
I'm going to say you must not have been a good goalie then.
What are you talking about? I stopped them, didn't I?
If they were hitting you in the head, what were you doing with your hands, brother? I mean, at least they didn't go in the net, right?
Stop it by any means necessary,
Yeah,
all right?
yeah,
My GAA was pretty good.
Your CTE, on the other hand, is a whole nother story.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Hunter Green is a relief pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds who's kind of gone viral over the past 24 hours after he puked into his glove.
Oh.
If you haven't seen the clip.
Oh.
You know what? Usually I'll say text in. This one you can find on your own, actually.
Yeah, I don't think we need to send this to a bunch of people and ruin their Thursday morning.
But I'll show it to you.
Ninth pitch of the plate appearance. Low.
The commentator.
They got me at the end. He literally throws the pitch, and as he turns back, he pukes through the webbings of his glove.
What is the human compulsion when you're about to throw up to try and put a hand in front of it? You ever
Yeah.
see people do that just with their bare hand?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to catch it.
And it's
Like,
going to make things better.
Like, you're just going to be like, okay, I just gently puked I'm just going to go put this in the garbage really
The
quick.
crazy thing is, this isn't even the first time he's done it this season.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen this guy go viral for this before.
His ERA is higher than his number of or lower than his number of pukes. Actually, I think
That's so gnarly, dude.
it's tough because the manager kind of says, I think, what we're all thinking in that situation.
It looked like he got sick maybe in the fifth. Was there any level of concern on your end there or no?
No, I didn't see it in the moment. I found out about it a little bit later, but yeah, it's just we're not exactly sure what's happened. I think he feels better after it happens. I think a lot of us feel like throwing up during the game sometimes, and it doesn't come out, so maybe he just feels better after that.
Like, it's got to be nerves or something, I guess, because he's been known to do this throughout his entire career.
Well,
Like,
isn't this is a plot line in what's the Jamie Foxx football movie? Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
He comes out. Jamie Foxx's character comes out to play quarterback for the first time in the league, and in the huddle he yaks all over the ground, and then he stands there. He's like, okay, cool. Like, I got that out.
Yeah.
Now and he has the game of his life.
I played sports with guys that were nervous pukers before games, and I mean, it's one thing to like make fun of the guy because he puked into his glove, but then again, you get in front of 40,000 people and try and throw a pitch.
Oh, dude, this dude is expected to hit a shoulders to knees strike zone at like 90 miles an hour repeatedly, or else all the people in this building are going to tell him he sucks.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to weigh on
I get
you.
that feeling if I go for a job interview or something, man. How more of us just aren't like having nervous pukes on a regular basis is honestly surprising.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we've been resisting, we've been fighting it off, and that's why it feels weird.
Yeah.
If we would just make puking normal again.
No, that's too far.
No, let's all start puking all the time.
I feel bad for the umpire because if you know baseball, they've started doing the thing at the end of the inning where the umpires have to check the pitcher's gloves, see if they're oiling it up or tar or anything.
Never mind just the umpire. He puked in his glove. The catcher is now going to throw the ball back to him.
Yeah, ew.
And then one pitch later, the catcher's job will be to reach into
I
his
didn't even
mitt
think about that.
and pull out this now puke-covered baseball, which, by the way, is an infraction. If you throw a baseball at Major League Baseball with a foreign substance on your hands, you can get thrown out of the game.
He just starts swallowing sticky stuff and puking it into his gloves to help himself pitch.
This man's not nervous. He's cheating.
Oh, imagine getting hit with that foul ball. Oh my God.
Take it right between the shoulder blades, and then for the rest of the night. So, what? Is that me? Do I smell like that?
I getting hit in the face and then smelling puke and then puking yourself. Oh, God.
There's sympathy pukers. The whole team is.
Oh, my God. It's coming into the outfield. You're catching a pop fly and you see it spinning off the ball.
It looked like you kind of lost sight of the ball there. What happened? Well, something dripped off the ball into my eye.
Oh.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
Did you get a text in here at 762-555 from friend of the show, Jessica? She said, did you see the girl that got pulled up at the Blink-182 concert the other night? And I didn't.
No.
I looked this up on YouTube. So I guess this girl got pulled up in, where is it? Columbus, Ohio the other day.
Okay.
To sing, is it First Date? I think it is. She doesn't know any of the words here. I haven't even listened to this. Let's listen to it together. Oh, that's rough.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, man. They're just leaving her hanging, too. Oh, no, he jumps in there. Okay.
I think if you're going to pull someone...
Oh, she's got Tom's mic is the problem. Oh, that's...
She kind of knows the chorus a little bit.
She's just bouncing around. Oh, my God. If you want to see this video for yourself, text BLINK to 762-555 or check the podcast links.
I think if you're the band, the thing is if you go through the effort of pulling someone on stage and they want to sing the song and you ask them, do you know the words?
Yeah.
And they say yes. You have to let them sink a little bit.
Did she get it here? You can hear the crowd. Oh, Tom finally took the mic back from her.
This is like when you're at a hockey game and the anthem singer's mic breaks or something and all of a sudden the crowd sings the anthem.
Oh, man.
This girl was supposed to sing First Date and it went so badly the crowd was like, we got you!
That sucks so bad because there's everyone else in the crowd is like, why isn't that me up there?
Oh, that's just it. You bought the ticket, especially if you're down on the floor.
You had to be close to get picked up on stage.
You had to be somewhere that not only could the band see you, but they felt comfortable. It wouldn't be a waste of time waiting for you. Like, they're not going to be like, hey, you all the way in the back, get on up here.
I hope
wait.
she didn't have a sign because that's usually what it is, right?
To let me sing this song.
Now, here's my thing. You just made an absolute ass out of yourself in front of like 10, 12, 15,000 people.
Sure.
Do you go back to your seat? Do you go back to the pit? I feel like you got to call it a night, right?
You know what? I'll say this. If it's a seat, maybe not. Maybe I can't. But if I can just dive, if it's general admission standing, if there's a pit, I can, one, dive in there and kind of be hidden.
The seat's tougher, though.
The seat is way harder because everybody can see your empty seat.
It's ultimate shame.
They're going to watch you walk back to it. The second reason, if it's a pit, maybe I stay, is because now I'm going to get in there and I'm going to hit somebody to make me feel better about myself.
I think you got to take a lap. You got to get a hoodie at the merch booth.
Come back.
You got to go full Kenny from South Park. Honestly, I don't know if I'd ever listen to Blink-182 ever again.
You think it ruins the band for you?
You know how sometimes you date someone and then you hear songs and you're like, oh, it makes me think of my ex? Every time that she hears that song, she's going to be like, what an idiot.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Is it real? Is it fake? Do we even care? Let's find out.
So for those that don't know, change.org is a website where literally anybody can go and start a petition for anything.
Yeah.
And share it around the internet to try and build support for your cause. And sometimes it's very serious stuff, like trying to get laws changed or repealed or trying to bring attention to bad things happening in the world. But sometimes it's for really stupid things.
Man, anyone can make one of these things. That's the problem.
So I went and found a bunch today and also came up with some fake ones and had some help from our listeners to come up with some fake ones. And I'm going to see if you are media savvy enough to see through the BS and spot what's real.
All right, so we're going to do a real or fake.
That's right.
Change.org petition.
Change.org petitions. You ready for the first one?
Yeah.
All right. A petition for Taco Bell to give customers a minimum of 2 hot sauce packets per taco or burrito.
I think that one's fake because they'll load you up. That's real?
That is a real petition somebody started because they felt at least the Taco Bell in their neighborhood was ripping them off.
Oh, man, every time I feel like they give me a handful and they're like, enjoy the diarrhea.
You're going to one of the good ones.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Another one is a petition for Beyonce, the pop singer, to be legally obligated to follow all of her fans on Instagram so that she can keep up with what her fans are doing on a day-to-day basis.
That sounds fake, but it's crazy enough that someone would do that, so I'm going to say it's real.
That is a real petition that actually garnered a fairly large number of signatures.
That person should also be put on a list.
100%.
Like Beyonce's security should know their name.
How about a petition to dig up the White House lawn to see if any former presidents ever buried anything?
Ooh, interesting.
Dig up the whole lawn, front and back, just to see who knows what Lincoln put in the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That one sounds like too conspiracy, so I'm going to say that one's fake.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Is it real?
Shut up. Yes, that one is real.
Yeah.
Or sorry, that one is fake. You
Yeah.
nailed that one. Congratulations. Back to the list. A petition to let the Stanley Cup drought end by having the league allow the Toronto Maple Leafs to win the Stanley Cup.
That can't be real.
There's a real petition somebody started.
Really?
Demanding that the NHL let the Leafs win the Stanley Cup. I knew you'd get it wrong because it feels like it's just
That's
me
got to
taking
be a
shot.
troll, right? That's just someone being a funny guy.
I think that's just somebody who just wants to see it before they die.
You and me both, brother, but everybody knows Gary Bettman doesn't want it to happen.
A petition was filed with change.org to change the national anthem of the United States of America to Ignition by R. Kelly.
I feel like that's real. Is it?
That's somebody. So it's a banger.
Yeah.
Imagine playing it before all sporting events and anything else, gatherings.
With a full bladder every single time, too? Oh, God.
All right, real or fake? Only got 2 more.
Yeah.
A petition to make Slipknot have to take off their masks at least once per show to prove it's actually them.
Wouldn't hate that, actually. Also, they might appreciate it.
Just for a sweat breather.
Is that true?
No, we made that one up. Sorry.
Aw.
And one last one. You've done well so far.
Yeah.
A petition to rename fire ants as a species from fire ants to Spicy Boys.
That is one of the first change.org petitions that I ever signed, actually. Yes.
You are one of 160,000 signatures
Yeah.
on this petition to have them renamed Spicy Boys.
I was in college and my roommate came and he's like, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "Sign me up, dude."
Brother, it is still at the top of the charts. If you go to change.org and you look by like trending or
Yeah.
successful, still up there. Still calling them fire ants. What are we even doing here?
Sometimes I call my post Taco Bell bathroom visits Spicy Boys as well.
Well, that's because you're getting more than 2 packets per taco.
Came full circle in this conversation here.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
NoFX is having their final shows in Toronto this weekend with their Punk and Drublic Festival. I know some people are planning on heading down for that. Heads up. Apparently, a few people I know that went to the one in Edmonton and the one in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
They're pretty ticked off because they've set up a thing at the bar there that they've got the auto gratuity at 18% automatically on to whatever drinks that you buy at Pumpkin Drublet.
So you go up to the counter, you order a beer, they just fully tack on 18% whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I'm all about tipping. I do believe servers should be tipped, but I have a hard time when I go to concerts tipping every single time.
Exactly. That's the crazy thing. I'll go to a bar or a restaurant, start a tab, leave a nice tip on the end.
Yeah.
You're going to ask me for 18% on every single beer? I don't care if I come off as a cheapskate. No, stop that.
And I know someone's going to get mad at us for saying this, but especially at concerts or sporting events, whatever it is, I mean no disrespect when I say this, but being a server is relatively easy. You turn to the fridge, you crack the can, you hand it over. 18% tip every time for that. The first time, I'll give you my change, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm always down when I get a beer and it leaves like $1 or $2 left.
That's yours.
That's for you. Don't give me that change. We're good.
But the thing is, my buddy was saying they're not even doing cash at the venue, so it's all on cards. So the 18% gets added on, and like beers he was saying are like $14 already. So
damn, man. I think it's the automatic part that really bothers me more than anything. Give me the option. Let me decide in the moment. And you know what? If I'm a cheapskate, let karma deal with me. But
well, I even feel bad for the servers in that case, because my buddy was saying like the sign that they have, and if you go to Pumpkin Drublet this weekend, you'll see it at the bars, is like they've got a little fine print kind of thing written at the bottom there. So it's the servers every time that are dealing with people that are pissed off or ticked off at the fact that their beers are so expensive.
And I'm sure they didn't come up with a policy. Even if they are getting the benefits of the tip out at the end of the night or whatever, they probably didn't decide we won't work this shift unless.
Yeah.
But they are the front facing. They're the face of the problem.
Well, and that sucks because you're just dealing with angry people all night that are like getting their beer and passively aggressively. Right.
And you're already pissed off at any concert or sporting event buying beer because, like you said, they're already stupid expensive.
Oh, and I feel bad for anyone who's already like drunk at the thing and you get taken advantage of, where you don't realize the auto gratuity's on there and you put a tip in and then you get double whammied on there, man.
That
like
sucks.
Yeah, it's like the participation award of tips is what auto gratuity is.
Doesn't it feel like this is something that like NoFX is a known punk band would not be
It's the most
for?
least punk rock thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It feels like NoFX would not be on board with this, but you said it's already happened at Edmonton, at Winnipeg. It's probably going to happen in Toronto. Maybe they are.
And I see people texting in saying that we're anti-tipping. I'm not anti-tipping.
No.
I don't like the auto gratuity because tipping is supposed to be how I felt about the service.
That's just it. Tipping is not supposed to be automatic. It's
Imagine
supposed
if
to be
you went to a mechanic and he came out and he was like, oh yeah, I added 18% on that.
You'd lose your mind.
Yeah.
You'd freak out. You would be on Facebook. Nobody should ever go to this place.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
Auto gratuity is like getting a lap dance from a stripper. You're just getting scammed. It's not right.
It's 1-to-1.
It's not right,
pretty
man.
much the same thing.
It's not right.
This is the Brock and Delby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Good morning. Yeah, today's word is featly. Yep, featly. F-E-A-T-L-Y. Featly. And it's in a graceful manner, or in a suitable manner, appropriately. I don't think it really suits me. Anyways, that's about it. Have a great one. Cheers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was distracted by the cat in the background.
Ed got a kitty. I will say this. Usually when Ed is sort of giving his word, I like to Google it just to see if he's saying it right or if the description is right. It is very much F-E-A-T-L-Y. Don't Google F-E-E-T-L-Y.
What comes up?
That's a hashtag I'd rather not click.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're being like graceful or something, like you could say like Michael Phelps swam very featly.
Yeah, I feel like that's yeah, because it's graceful and nimble. So like you're doing something really like quick and smooth and stuff like that. Like when you watch that, what's that show, The American Ninja Warrior, where they're just flying.
You got to be featly for that.
Very featly, traversive of the
I guess you could say like Barry Sanders with like his footwork was very featly.
Yeah,
kind of a pun too as well.
That's actually very good. Yeah, but again, now we're back to that hashtag that I don't really want to look at it. It also says like in a suitable manner properly. So if you're like somebody who at work is doing things by the book. You're meeting all of the health and the safety guidelines. You're a Feetly employee.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
And I guess it could mean like quick too, right? So if you're doing things quickly, could be Feetly.
Oh, so does that mean if you're doing things slowly, you're feetless? Because that's also very funny.
Maybe you and the missus can sneak in a quick Feetly this weekend while the kids are sleeping.
I don't think you can call the act a Feetly, but you can be Feetly at it.
Yeah.
And then someone's usually upset if you're too Feetly.
And sometimes you can get feet involved depending on what you're into, you know?
And again, we're back to the hashtag.
Feetly, Feetly, Feetly. Use it wherever you can, all right?
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store, with all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.